It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hello, dear ones. Robert Brzezinski with you. Time for some evening prayers on this Thursday night. I've been jamming out to New Thought Radio, listening to a collection of great New Thought artists, and this is, you might hear it in the background, Martin Kerr doing Hallelujah. And she tied you to her kitchen chair, and she broke your throne, and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew Hallelujah. It's kind of interesting. It's been a long day. I imagine it has been for some of you as well. I got some really bad news this afternoon, and it's one of those things, it just sucks. I mean, let's be honest. This thing sucks. And, well, we have to deal with it. That's the tough part. Now, as a religious scientist, I know that at the center of all of this, there is a thing called God, that there is a power and a presence and an intelligence that's operating beyond my understanding, beyond my comprehension. And it still sucks. My eldest is part of a really impressive choir. And they have 2 trips planned to Europe for the summer. The first one, singing choirs, European tours. And the first one canceled today. And I'll tell you, it sucks. There's just no way around it. I'm actually proud of my kid. They handled it a little bit better than I did. Because the end result is they don't get to fulfill the visions that they had created for their lives for this coming summer. My eldest sat in my arms tonight, and we lamented that, you go into 2020, this is going to be our year. And so far, the 2020 started pretty good for the Brzezinski family, and it seems like now every day, little something's been getting taken away, or something changes, or something's just not right. So the evening prayers are for, well, those things that we're losing that maybe we don't know we're losing. Those things that we're still hoping and praying will be here. It'll keep on keeping on. And the truth is, life is changing, folks. We get to change with it, or we get to try to resist that change. But at the end of the day, I hear Martin Kerr singing Hallelujah. 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 He does a much better job than I do. Tune into newthoughtradio.net and listen to Martin sing it there instead. But before we get into our prayer tonight, I want you to know that this is part of my new spiritual practice, morning and evening prayers. And I'm working with I've invited a number of friends of mine to come join me, and a number of them are, and we're going to bring people in here, and we're going to create a shared spiritual experience through the internet, through Facebook, through YouTube Live. This is on YouTube as well as Facebook. Because now more than ever, it's important we tap into that sense of not only hallelujah for the good that's happening, hallelujah for the fact that we're still here. And yeah, things are changing, and sometimes it sucks. Their plans are going to be changed, and vacations are going to be missed. Things that we have planned throughout the summer are not going to happen. And at the end of the day, we still have each other. We still have this thing called life. And we still have an opportunity to be together. And as we socially distance ourselves, I think that that's just a physical manifestation of something that's been happening in our consciousness for far too long. A sense of separation, a sense of isolation, a sense of division. And I know I've bought into it over the last few years, the political world and other places. And so my commitment today and my commitment moving forward is that I'm letting go of those senses, anything that looks like separation, anything that looks like division. And I'm constantly turning back, and I'm forcing myself to turn back and remember that deeply we are one. That somehow together we will survive. We will transcend this. We will come out the other side. There is a recovery that is already happening. Even in the midst of what appears to be breakdown and discord and uncertainty and unsettledness, well, there's already people looking at what comes next, and how do we cure this, and how and what kind of vaccines, and beyond the scientific, I want us to look at that interpersonal place, that spiritual place that says, how do we remain one? Deeply we are one. Deeply we are one. And so I'm feeling that call to close my eyes and slip into that prayerful state. If you're able to be there with me, please do. And if you're in a safe space, to go ahead and close those eyes and to let yourself turn within. Turn to within, to the stillness. Turn within to the source. Because there truly is only one power, one presence, one infinite intelligence. And that oneness is having its life as my life, as your life, as the lives of everyone across this entire planet. No matter where, no matter when, transcendent of time and space, the oneness expresses itself wondrously, magnificently, with great prosperity and love. The wholeness of God's life is right now bringing itself forward into the corporal world, into the human world. And so as I know this oneness is moving and having its being as my life, I know it is as all life. So there's nobody outside of the one. There's nobody separate from the one. There's no division or separation in the one. God does not know separation. The oneness knows this one human race is breathing and having its being right now in miraculous ways. And still I live in the humanness. I live in that place of human form. And I get to experience the effect of my own consciousness, of my own beliefs, of my own understanding, and I get to play with that. And so in the midst of what appears to be crap, in the midst of what appears to be separation, and in the midst of the experience of just breakdown, things not going my way, in the midst of all of that, I have within me that spark that remembers. I have within me that tiny piece that is calling to be remembered, the truth of God, the truth of the one, the truth of the divine. And it's expressing as my life, it's expressing as the lives of everyone that is hearing these words right now, in a future time, somewhere way down the road. Who knows? That's not my concern. I'm here to be in the place of knowing that God's on the job here, that there's a power greater than I that is using me as one of the many, 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 as the millions and millions of pieces that is bringing about a healing on the planet. And as our society goes into a sense of pause, as our communities go into a sense of an experience of pausing and retreating and isolating, Mother Earth, planet Earth, has this opportunity to truly express a healing, a great resurrection. From the oceans to the sky to Mother Earth herself. Through the rumblings and through all the weirdness, that I know, and I have to stay in that knowing that there is a great and grand healing that is happening. It's happening right before my eyes if I can only see. And so I stand at that moment of choice, that point of choice between looking at what's not going right and looking at what is. Allowing my focus to turn away from the muck and the mire and all that is not the truth of God and turn instead to the truth. There is life. There is life abundant on this planet. And this abundant life is finding new and amazing and absolutely creative ways to connect and express and stay together as one. One magnificent society, one magnificent human race. All of humanity staying together. There's just so much good in the world. And so I dedicate my vision towards that good in the world. And I invite each one that hears these words to be a part of that solution, to be a part of that future, to be a part of that grand vision, to recognize that we each play a vital role in painting the grand masterpiece that is God's life from this moment forth, from this moment onward. I invite each one to be in that personal place, that personal space of saying, yes, yes, I shall serve. Yes, I shall stand and serve the evolution of human consciousness. Yes, I shall stand and serve the emergence of a grand and glorious vision, a vision of a world that works for everyone. A world where each is opened up and awakened to their spiritual magnificence, a world of unity and wholeness and oneness. I say yes, and I stand in that vision, knowing that regardless of the current circumstances, regardless of those appearances, we collectively, this thing called humanity, the God consciousness, is bringing forth this grand vision. A world that works for everyone. No exceptions. No one left behind. For I know we are each and all a vital aspect of God's life here on this planet. And I am in this moment being filled with that vibration of absolute gratitude. Gratitude for this reminder, gratitude to be the place where God channels this word, to be the conduit through which this word reveals itself into the world. And grateful to be able to align my humanness, my human consciousness with this word. And knowing it is not I that does the work, but it is the one that does the work. And I know that work has already begun because I know this word is already released into the vibrational, energetic movement of the universe. I know this word is already true in the mind of God, and I know that God's already got it. So with a grateful heart, I get out of the way. I move my humanness aside and I stand witness to the glory that is God's life taking form on this planet right now. And I know all is well because I know God's got this. I release the word into the law with a grateful heart, knowing it is done. And I affirm this truth, and I invite you to join me in affirming this truth as we say together, and so it is. Thank you, dear ones. Thank you so very much for being here this evening. I am committed day and night, morning and evening, to sharing experiences. And if you'd like to have your prayer requests added into all of this, please just shoot me an email. I'll put my email up there on the screen. Shoot me an email. We'll include your personalized prayer requests in these calls. I've got ministers that are lining up to come join us. And if you'd like to pray as well, if you would like to be in the place of sharing a prayer, please let me know that. We'll get you involved with that as well. You know, we're all in this together. And this isn't going away overnight. So we're going to have to be together. That means we're going to have to rely on each other. That means we're going to have to lean on each other. It means we're going to have to ask for help, and it means we're going to have to ask for prayer. So please don't hesitate. Whatever in your heart, give me that prayer. Let me be knowing that truth for you. That's all for tonight, folks. Thank you for being with us. Remember, the soundtrack of a new age is at newthoughtradio.net. Streaming all of your favorite New Thought artists 24 hours a day. There's some great stuff on there, and I love the way the universe reminds me of the truth through music. So check that out. Until tomorrow morning, I love you all. Peace and blessings. Bye now.